Alrighty. So welcome to our virtual studio, everyone. We're going to get the body moving and have some fun with it as well, but always having our focus on a steady and smooth breath as priority. So let the breath be the guide into the depth that you take into the asana today, having a focus on our spinal health. We're going to start with anatomical breathing. Standing in an upright, comfortable position and gently grounding through the feet and lifting slightly out of the waist. Feel the uplift in the upper body. This standing in stillness position is what we come to in between each of the postures, and this part is just as important as the shapes that we make, as the asanas. It's the stillness in between the shapes that we come back to that lets the body rebound, readjust, and replenish. For anatomical breathing, the palms face forward. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the chin away from the chest, drawing the shoulder blades toward each other, opening the front body. Exhale out the mouth, tuck the chin to the chest, press the hands back, round the shoulders forward, drawing the abdomen in. Inhale, the chest, lift the chin, open the front body. Exhale out the mouth, tuck the chin, press the hands back, spine staying nice and tall. Inhale through the nose, palms forward, draw the shoulder blades toward each other. Exhale, the air tumble out of the mouth, chin to chest, press the hands back as you empty the lungs. Inhale, just move in the body with that steady rhythm of breath. Exhale, taking awareness within. Inhale. Exhale. A couple more breaths at your own pace, filling the lungs at the top. And exhaling, drawing the abdomen in. Notice how the quality of the breath, making a little bit more space to breathe. After your last exhale, standing tall, standing in stillness. From now on, the breath is in and out through the nose, as smooth and controlled as can be. We'll take a step forward with the right foot, nice big step with the legs, about hip distance apart. Coming onto the ball of the back foot, we'll bend the right knee and sink the hips down. Right hip back, left hip forward to keep the hips nice and even. Shoulders are stacked on top of the hips. Hands might be at the heart space for a more supported version, or arms up over the head, crossing the thumbs, interlacing the fingers, and releasing the index fingers for our tight grip. Any other positioning with the arms that suits might be more appropriate. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, relax the head back, chest up. If the arms are overhead, arms up and arms back, extending the spine. Still warming up, so nice, slow, steady, fluid movements, and an even breath is our priority. Nothing sharp, nothing pinching in the back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, extend the spine. Let the next inhale lift the body upright once more. Straighten the right leg, bend the back knee, bring it to the floor, untuck the back toes, making the box shape with the legs. Keep the chin glued to the chest as you exhale, roll down, round down, forehead to knee. Push the floor away with the tips of the fingers. Rounding the back. So draw the inhale into the back of the lungs. Exhale, pull the abdomen in towards the spine. Feel that compression front side. Hands come back together. If they came apart, roll the spine up bottom to top, untucking the chin last. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lift the chin away from the chest, relax the hip back. The weight staying even in the front foot and the back knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms back, extending the spine. Is the spine extending evenly? So making sure those hips stay even, the shoulders are in line. One more breath into the front of the chest. Exhale, reaching back. Inhale, drawing back up. Right knee down, left foot forward, tuck the toes under and stand tall. We'll bend the left knee and sink the hips down, coming onto the ball of the right foot. So maybe readjusting the positioning of the feet. Left hip back, right hip forward. Keep the hips even. Lift the chest with the inhale. Exhale. Arms up, arms back, extend the spine. Keeping that bend in the front knee. Maybe we come a little higher on the ball of the back foot. Breathing steady and smooth, in and out through the nose. Stay with the sensation. Let the next inhale breath draw you back up. Straighten the legs, then bend the back knee, bring it to the floor. Untuck the back toes, chin to chest. Exhale, curl down, roll down. Forehead to knee. Push the floor away with the fingertips. You might even separate the hands on either side of the foot for more balance. Inhale into the back of the lungs. Exhale, draw the abdomen to the spine. Keeping the spine rounding evenly, so this might mean forehead to knee. It might mean left temple to the left inner knee. To come out, hands back together, roll up bottom to top, untuck the chin last. Lift the chest. As you exhale, lift the chin away from the chest, feel the length in the throat. Arms up, arms back, extend the spine. Opening the heart space, keep the chest lifted. Weight even between front foot and back knee. Exhale, extend the spine. Letting the inhale draw you back up. Tuck the back toes under, stand tall, back foot to the front. And exhale, floating the arms down. Standing tall. Moon salute. Inhale, arms over the head. Choose the grip with the hands that's most suitable for you today. Inhale, lift the chest as you push the floor away with the feet. Exhale, arms and chest up and over to the right. At the same time, gently push the hips to the left. Feeling that opening down the left side of the body. Drawing the inhale into the left lung. As you exhale, feel compression on the right side of the torso. Keeping the hips even, shoulders even, so there's no twists or kinks in the spine. Letting the next inhale lift the body up. Keep squeezing the palms together, lift the chest. Exhale, arms up and over to the other side. Keep the hips gently pushing to the right, just enough to create resistance in the body. We push the floor away with the heels. Pretending we've got a pane of glass stuck in front and in behind us. To keep the spine long. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, gently push the hips to the right. Inhale, slowly come back up. We might keep their palms together for our back bend, or hands might come to the heart space or the low back for a more supported version. Take your pick with the arms, lift the chest, lift the chin. Exhale, relax the head back. If the arms are overhead, arms up and arms back, extending the spine. Keep the chest lifted to the ceiling. Roll the weight into the heels. Let the head go. Look back. Reach back. Go back. Way back. Change, slowly come back up. Draw the abdomen in, bend the knees, come down with a long spine. Place the fingertips on the floor. We can bend the knees, give the hips a wiggle. Checking in with the low back. So nice and slow, nice and fluid, nice and gentle. When you're ready, sliding the hands down the calves behind the legs, grabbing the ankles, fingers inside, thumbs outside, making a cup grip with the hands. Forearms press into the backs of the legs. As you exhale, look forward to create length in the spine, and then reach the top of the head down to the toes, lifting the hips up. We keep the stomach glued to the thighs, the chest glued to the knees. So you can bend the knees as much as you need to. Use the biceps here to assist in the pull. Make sure the neck is soft. Exhale, roll the weight to the toes as you lift the hips. Feel that lengthening across the back of the body. Exhale, fold. Use your abdominal strength to stretch the body down. So come out, look forward, arms with the ears, bend the knees, and come back up with length in the spine. Big step with the legs, finishing off our moon salute with some triangles, starting with the bent knee triangle. Reach the fingers in opposite directions. Right toes out to the right. Heels in line, bend the right knee and sink the hips down. Hips push forward, spine tall in the center, and keep the shoulders stacked on top of the hips. We can stay here. Or next step, inhale, just move the arms. So palms forward, right arm down, left arm up. Bring the right wrist, the right forearm to the inner knee. For a little more depth, you might sink a little lower, bringing the elbow to the inner knee, as long as the spine stays long without curving, and as long as you keep engagement in the legs and the hips. So find that positioning for the right arm. Head and chest back, look up, reach the fingers up and down in opposite direction. Feel that power in the bent leg. Come out, look forward, straighten the arms, straighten the right leg, right toes in, left toes out, other side. Bend the left knee, sink the hips. The hips both pushing forward, spine tall in the center, and hips stacked on the top, or the shoulders stacked on top of the hips. And now just move the arms, left arm down, right arm up, forearm to the inner knee, reach the right hand to the sky. Keep pushing the rib cage down to keep the spine long, drawing the abdomen in and up, and grounding down through the outside of the right foot. Keep feeling that power in the bent leg. Opening up the shoulders, reach up and down. Change, look forward, come up with the arms, upper body, straighten left leg, left toes in. Arms over the head, heel and toe the feet to a medium step apart. Pick up the toes, turn all the way to the right. Front toes straight ahead, back foot's at a rough 45-degree angle, and the heels are in one line or hip distance apart. We make sure we're not crossing over the legs. Right hip back, left hip forward, keeping the hips in line, shoulders in line. Exhale, look forward, come down. Twisting triangle. Left hand on the floor on the inside of the right foot. Inhale, right arm opens the chest to the ceiling. About 70% of weight is in the bottom hand. Keep reaching up towards the ceiling. Head and chest back, and looking up. Twist from the heart space. We want to keep this twist in the torso as much as we can. Benefits of twisting the spine. Exhale, twist. Change, right hand comes down, palms together. Inhale, back up. Pick up the toes, turn all the way to the left to the other side. Hips in line, shoulders in one line. Chin, look forward and come down. Right hand on the floor on the inside of the left foot. Inhale, left arm opens the chest to the ceiling. Exhale. Head and chest back, looking up as you twist from the torso. 70% of that weight is in the bottom hand. The back heel's grounded down, and maybe we straighten the front leg a little more if the body allows. Left hip back and up, right hip forward and down. Feel that twist in the rib cage. Change, left hand down, palms together, roll back up. We pick up the toes, turn all the way around to the right again. Hips in line, shoulders in line, back heel grounded down. Chin to chest, abdomen pulled in, and roll down, separate leg head to knee. Forehead and knee touch, fingertips push the floor away just beyond the toes. You might separate the hands on either side of the foot if that helps. You might bend the knee to get the forehead and knee to come together. If forehead and knee don't touch, bend the knee even further. If they're still not touching, all good. Just keep the chin to chest, compress the throat, and round the middle back. Draw the weight forward into the front leg. Inhale into the back of the lungs. Exhale, pull the abdomen in towards the spine. To come out, hands together, hips push forward, roll up bottom to top, untuck the chin last. Pick up the toes, turn all the way to the left. Left hip back, right hip forward, spine tall, chin to chest, look at the belly, pull it in, and curl down, dive down, forehead to knee. So bend the knee if we need, and push the floor away with the fingertips. Bring that weight into the front leg. Left hip back and up, right hip forward and down. Keep breathing. Throat is a little bit choked up, so the breath feels a bit labored. Just keep it flowing in and out through the nose. Let's push forward, we roll up bottom to top. Pick up the toes, little quarter turn. Feet together, float the arms down. Come to that standing stillness. Let everything go. But that strong compression front side, what do we notice there? Kicking off our balancing series with eagle. Identifying right and left. Inhale, arms over the hip. Exhale, right arm under the left. Cross the arms at the elbows, thumbs point to the face, and clasp the hands together. I'm just going to turn to the side to show you from this angle. If we don't have the palms clasped, you can grab a thumb, make a fist with the fingers, or hold opposite shoulders. As long as elbows are crossed, that's the main thing. Elbows down, sit in an invisible chair, lift the chest, weight in the heels. We shift the weight into the left leg. Right leg lifts, cross the thighs, squeeze them together tight. You might put the right foot behind the left calf, otherwise just point the toes in the way you'd like them to go. Knees to the right, upper body to the left, feel a little twist in the torso. Weight into the standing heel. Hips back to help you sink a little lower in the chair. Spine, upper body vertical. Focus on one point. Change. Inhale, arms over the hip. And straight on into the other side. Left arm under the right, cross the arms at the elbows, thumbs to the face, clasp the palms. Elbows down, abdomen in, we sit in the chair. Upper body is lifted. Shift the weight into the right foot. Left leg lifts, cross the thighs. We squeeze the inner legs together tight. That's our priority here. Maybe the foot wraps behind the back of the calf, but maybe not. Focus on the inner legs. Knees to the left, upper body to the right. Feeling a twist in the torso and bringing the hips and shoulders more into line. Feel that opening all across the right side of the body. Find that stillness. Change. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Standing head to knee. Break these next few down into little tiny steps, staying where the breath is still smooth and steady. For head to knee, push the floor away with the left leg. Upper left leg engages. There's a tiny little bend in the left knee, but it's so small, no one knows it's there but you. It's just so we use the muscular structure of the leg to support us, and we're not jamming and hanging in the joint of the knee. Right leg lifts, drawing the abdomen in. Can stay here, building up that strong standing leg. Next step, round down, interlace the fingers at the ball of the foot, relax the thumbs on top of the foot, or if it's more natural to have them underneath the foot, then go for it. Whatever's most comfy. Standing up tall. If the standing leg stays straight, strong and solid, exhale, extend the right leg. Heel forward to the front of the room, leg parallel to the floor. So check in with the standing leg. If it's still straight, strong and solid, and both legs are straight, you might bend the elbows down, hugging the elbows in and around the calf, rounding over your right leg. If the legs both are straight and you can balance, chin might come to chest and forehead to knee, but not skipping any steps to get there. Enjoy the journey, whichever one you're in. Keep breathing. Stay with the sensation. To come out, lift the head, straighten the arms, in the knee, leg down, stand tall. Other side, shift the weight into the right leg, draw the abdomen in. Left leg lifts. Round down, interlace the fingers at the ball of the foot. Stand up tall. Keep pushing the floor away with the standing foot. Exhale, extend the left leg. Keep the chest lifted and engagement front side of the body. If it creeps to the back, we've gone a little far. That means it's a sign to go back a step. If both legs are straight, bend the elbows down, round the spine over your extended leg. Using your abdominal strength to round forward. Now, if you can still balance, chin might come to chest and forehead to knee. But stay at your appropriate step for today. It can change each time we step on the mat. Steady breath, steady focus. Change. Leg down, stand tall. Standing bow. Right hand up, elbow touching the body, thumb points back. Let the hand come down. Pick up the right ankle, holding it from the inside. Knees together, left arm up. Reach to the ceiling as you push the floor away with the left foot. Exhale, kick, kick, kick the right foot back and up. Feel a beautiful back bend. When you can't kick anymore, you might come down from the low belly. Keep the chest high. Keep the left arm with the left ear. Press the sole of the foot to the ceiling as you bring the right hip down in line with the left. You're going to feel this in the pelvis and the back. Stretch forward, kicking back, kicking up toward a standing splits. Kicking and stretching. Find that balance between ease and effort. Change, keep the leg down to come up. Feel that rush from one side of the body to the other. Other side. Left hand up, thumb points back, let the hand come down. Keep the palm facing out, lifting the left foot up into the open hand. See if you can hold from the inside of the ankle. Knees together, right arm up. Exhale, kick, 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 kick. Feel the back bend here. That's our priority. Exhale, kick, 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 kick. Then we reach forward without losing that lift of the chest. So arm next to the ear to keep the back bend strong. Kicking back and up. And reaching the right fingers in the opposite direction of the left knee. Kick back, stretch forward. Check in with your standing leg. Are you grounding evenly through the base of the big toe, pinky, and heel? Kick up one more time. Change, kick the leg down to come back up. Stand tall. Balancing stick. We'll take a step to the back of the mat if we're not there already. Inhale, arms over the head, interlace the fingers, release the index fingers, thumbs crossed. Step forward with the right foot. Hips push forward. The weight all is in that right leg now, so right ankle, knee, and hip are all lined up. No weight in the back foot. Glue the limbs where they are, point the left toes. Exhale, tilt from the hip. As you come down, arms, head, leg becomes more parallel to the floor. If the back's not happy, bring the hands to the heart space, or the hands can support the standing thigh. Right hip and left hip are in line. Keep pointing the left toes back. Abdomen engaged. Breathe and stretch. Change, slowly come back up. Last side. Step forward with the left foot. Hips push forward. Your center of gravity is all in that front leg. Engage the limbs, lock them in place. Exhale, tilt from the pelvis only. Coming down as far as we can keep an equal stretch. So if it's too much of a load for the back, hands to the heart space. Point the toes back without pushing the hips back. Draw the shoulder blades toward each other. Use your back and front of the torso here. Stretch, stretch, change, slowly come back up. Floating the arms down. Come back to steady exhale. The heart's pumping, the lungs are working with these last few. Really feel that heat building internally. Slowing things down with separate leg stretching. Big step with the legs, nice and wide. Sometimes wider is better here. Heels in line, toes might be turned in a little or facing straight ahead. Reach the arms in opposite directions. Draw the abdomen in and fold forward, looking forward. Keep the spine long, hands come to the floor. You might bend the knees here. Give the hips a little wiggle. Check in with how the hips and hamstrings are feeling. If you're feeling a sensation of tension, you're doing it, so there's no need to force anything here. You might walk the hands to either side of the body, grabbing the ankles from the outside. It might feel more appropriate holding the backs of the calves. Wherever you have your grip, gently pull, lift the hips, bring the weight towards the toes as you reach the chest and the top of the head down to the floor. Let the chest lead the way, as the top of the head might eventually come to touch the ground between the big toes. Chin away from the chest. Exhale, fold the pelvis over the legs. If your head's nowhere near the floor, you can try a bigger step here. And if your legs are straight, you might bend the elbows towards the shins. Keep letting the weight come to the toes. Exhale, fold. You might stay here for a few more breaths, or bring a chest open into it by placing the hands on the low back, interlacing the fingers, and straightening the arms. Letting the head and upper body just dangle here. Keep letting the weight come forward to the toes like we're going to do a roly-poly, and feel the length on the back of the legs, the hips, feel the opening of the heart space. Keep breathing gently, smoothly. And to come out, release the hands, place them on the low back. They can stay there for support, or out to the side, reach the fingers in opposite directions, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and reverse swan dive back up. Heel and toe the feet to a small step, arms over the head. As you step the feet together, floating the arms down. Feel that circulation along the back line, the blood pressure returning to an upright position. There's so much going on here. What do we notice with it? Tree pose and toe stand, we'll combine them together in this class. Shifting the weight into the left leg. Push the floor away with the pad of the foot and feel the thigh, the upper leg engaging a little. So check in with the standing leg and hip, they're nice and solid and strong. Right knee out to the right a little. Feel this as a rotation of the hip. Hold the foot from underneath with the left hand and bring the heel close to the groin. Let the knee guide back. Hip gently pushes forward. We want to feel an opening of the groin, the inner leg, a half lotus tree. It's all about the hip. If the knee's not happy, if it's twisting even slightly, place the foot on the inner leg instead. We get the same hip opener benefit, and we look after the knee. Hands might come to the heart space. If the foot slips, keep holding on with the left hand. Remember, this is all about the hip opening benefits. Any toe stands in the room, you must feel quite comfortable in your tree, and the heel must stay at the groin all by itself. We hinge from the hip, bend the standing knee slightly, bring the hands to the floor, coming onto the ball of the foot, and then sit down. Rest that heel under the opposite hip. Fingers to either side of the body, lengthen through the crown of the head. Keep drawing the knees toward each other. You might bring the hands out one by one. The spine staying tall and long. For tree pose, our gaze is straight ahead. For toe stand, our gaze comes down to the floor. But keep the chest lifted. Keep the crown of the head lifting. Find your balance. Then to come out, hands to the floor, straighten the leg. Draw the abdomen in as we come back up. Lift the right knee, leg down, arms down. We'll shift the weight into the right foot, push the floor away with the standing leg. Left leg lifts. Let the knee come out a little and feel this is an outer rotation of the hip. Bring the heel close to the groin, guide the knee back. Hands to the heart space. Here we are for tree. So keep the hips even, shoulders even, and spine tall. Keep pushing the floor away gently with the pad of the foot. Any toe standers. Bend the knee, hinge from the hip. Fingers to the floor. You can even lean way forward to get down here. Then we sit all the way down on the heel. Draw the knees toward each other, helping to activate the pelvic floor. Hands to either side of the body. You might balance on the fingertips. We might bring the hands up to the heart space again. We keep the chest lifting. Keep breathing steady. Letting the breath fill the center of the lungs here. Steady gaze, steady focus. And then to come out, hands on the floor. We straighten the leg, but we still keep a little bend in the knee. Come back up, abdomen pulled in, knee lifts, leg down, arms down. Always thanking your body for its hard work in our standing series. Always honoring your practice and where you're at. Balancing into crow. We're going to bring a little bit of upper body strength, but being very mindful of the wrists. So again, break this down into little steps. Hip distance to shoulder distance between the feet. Bend the knees, place the hands on the floor. Crow might be as simple as letting the weight come forward into the arms, push the floor away with the hands. So feel the engagement in the chest, the upper body. That might be enough for today. If we're looking for more, come onto the balls of the feet, bend the elbows and bring the knees into the backs of the upper arms. Let the weight roll forward once more. Push the floor over the hand. There's barely any weight in the legs, or there's no weight in the toes. You can pick one toe off the floor, put it down. You can pick the other off the floor and put it down. Or you can take flight. Keep pushing the floor away with both hands. Big toes touch. Heels lift to the hips. Using your abdominal strength here, using your hip strength to make the body lift. Chin away from the chest, look forward, let the weight come forward. Keep breathing, you've got this. And then when you're ready, slowly coming back down to land. We'll lie straight onto the back for Savasana. Letting go of all engagement of the body. Check in with the heart rate. Check in with the quality of the breath. We notice if there's any tightness in the body that's still lingering. Can you relax the toes, let the feet fall open? Letting the pelvis and the shoulder girdles be supported by the ground beneath you. Can we relax the jaw, the cheeks? Letting the breath slow everything back down. Lengthening the exhale is a little longer than the inhale. Letting go of the exhale. Coming into wind removing pose. Lift the right leg up, bend the right knee, interlace the fingers on the shin and cross the thumbs. Draw the right knee towards the right chest, the right shoulder. When you feel resistance with the arms, gently push the hips down. You should feel a compression run across the low belly. We're not looking for anything sharp or pinching in the hip. Relax the neck and the shoulders down. Breathing into the low belly, smooth, long, and deep. Change, release the right leg down to the ground. And now left leg lifts. Interlace the fingers on the shin, cross the other thumb on top, and draw the left knee towards left chest, left shoulder. Keep that left foot soft. You might extend the right heel away from the body to ground the right calf down. The chin might be slightly tucked to create a little more length in the back of the neck. Exhale, sink the hips down. Change. Left foot to the floor, then slide the left leg down. Protect the back as we exit. Then both knees come up to the chest. Aiming to reach the opposite elbows over the legs, chin to chest and back of the head down to the floor. Shoulders relax down toward the floor as well. So your grip might be a tight ball, it might be a loose ball, depending on what the hips are asking for here. Exhale, sink the hips a little lower. And let the inhale rise the belly up. Nice, deep, smooth, steady breaths, massaging the abdomen. And change. Keep the knees bent, release the legs, feet straight to the floor. Slide the legs out and just take a moment here, breath or two in complete stillness. Feel the energy returning to the low belly, the hips. What does it feel like? Time for a little sit up or a roll up. Heels come together, flex the feet to the face, chin to chest and shoulders off the floor. Arms reach towards the legs, palms face each other. Keep the upper body where it is. Inhale, arms to the ears, feel the abdomen engage. Keep the arms there. Exhale, sit up, roll up, fold in half, elbows down. Turn around, lie in the belly, our back strengthening series. Starting with a low cobra. Hands underneath the shoulders, nice and close to the chest. Stretch the elbows down towards the hips. Push the tops of the feet into the floor. The legs might be together or a little gap between them. For me personally, I find that distance between the legs is more grounding for my pelvis. We're all a little different in what we need. Keep stretching the elbows down towards the hips. Take a deep breath. Using your back, your glutes, peel the chest off the floor. Keep the bend in the elbows about 90 degrees. Stretch the elbows towards the hips. Roll the weight into the pelvis and the legs. Chest forward. Draw the shoulder blades together. Shoulders away from the ears. Look up. Lift up. Change. Slowly come down. Half locust. We have the option to bring the arms down by the side, palms to the floor, thumbs to the outside. The stronger variation, a little more opening of the shoulders, the chest, is to tuck the toes under, lift the belly up, and bring the arms underneath the body, lying back down on them. It feels a little awkward on the elbows, but if it's painful, bring them back out to the side. Just like that. Always listen to the body. Now, whatever variation you've taken with the hands, we always be careful with the neck as well. So you might have the chin forward. We might look down instead. If the neck's not happy, you just skip this posture. Relax the left leg, right leg strong, solid, point the right toes. Inhale, lift the right leg off the floor, about 45 degrees. Let the weight roll into the chest. We keep the hips even so they're not tilting out to the side. Point the right toes, contract the right thigh, lift the leg up. Change, slowly let the leg come down. Relax the right leg, keep it passive. Left toes pointed, contract the left thigh. Left leg straight. Lift the left leg up and roll the weight into the chest. So we're using the back here. We're just shifting the weight to the upper body instead of the lower body now. Point the toes, leg up, push the hands and the arms away into the floor. Change, left leg down. For both legs, we look down towards the floor, keeping the head perfectly still. Zip up the legs, point the toes, contract the thighs. As you exhale, lift both legs off the floor. Let the weight come into the chest. Making sure the neck's not jamming here. Legs up, legs straight. Keep breathing. Change, slowly come down. Peel the arms from underneath the body. Notice the energy returning to the fingertips. Soften. Full locust. Arms right out to the side like wings. Reach the fingers in opposite directions. Point the toes, contract the thighs. As you exhale, arms, head, legs, everything comes off the floor like you're taking off. Chest up, arms back. But eventually, you've just got the hip bones balancing on the floor. Chin away from the chest. Use the entire back body here to lift up and back. Soften the forehead. Keep that breath flowing, little sips of air. And change, slowly come down with control. Bow. If bow's a little strong anywhere in the back or the spine, another set of one of our previous back strengthening postures is a perfect replacement. Bend the knees, grab the feet from the outside, just below the big toes. Knees, feet, hands, all about hip distance apart. The knees will want to come apart, but see if we can keep them where they are. Exhale, keep the shoulders relaxed, the arms straight as you kick the feet back and up. Kick, 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 kick. Roll the weight into the pelvis. Relax the shoulders, feel the opening of the chest. Kicking back. Don't stop kicking. Let the legs do the work here. Use the glutes in the back here as well. Don't stop kicking. Keep breathing. Stay with the sensation. You got this. Change. Slowly come down with control. Release the grip on the feet. Turn the head to the side. Well-deserved Savasana. Letting go of the exhale. Letting go of all engagement in the body. Working the spine. Strengthening the muscles along the back. A lot of times when we've got back pain, we think we need to keep stretching the back. When a lot of the times it can be that we need to strengthen it instead. That's what makes this part of the series so beneficial to our posture, our spinal health. Slowing down the exhale. Calming the nervous system once more. Hands underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes under, contract the thighs. We're just going to do a little push-up, however that looks for you. Pushing up to sit down on the heels in the center of the mat. Fix firm. Breaking this down into 3 distinct parts. This is the first one. Gentle tension on the tops of the knees and the ankles. If the knees, ankles, back, something's not happy, we skip this one completely. If this is comfortable, we want a little more. Separate the feet. Sit down between the heels. The bum coming to the floor, the spine tall. If we can keep the spine tall, it's letting gravity do all the work for you. We just stay here. If the knees want to come wide, let them come apart. If we're going any further than this though, the bum must be comfortable on the floor. Hands on the feet, we come down to the elbows one by one, letting the head relax back. Back of the head might come to the floor, shoulders might come to the floor, and you may recline completely. If this is comfortable, arms over the head, hold the opposite elbows, chin to chest. The knees might draw back toward each other, as long as they don't come off the floor here. This posture should be fairly comfortably reclined, feeling that lengthening come up the front body. We always listen to the messages from within. If it's saying, nope, not today, we respect it, we come out. Before exiting the posture, hands on the feet. Use the help of the elbows to come back up without turning or twisting the spine. Hands on the floor next to the legs, push the floor away, lift the hips, take the weight off the knees. Knees together, sit down on the heels, arms over the head, straight into our next one, half tortoise. Palms touch across the thumbs, arms glued to the ears. Keep the inner legs together, hips with the heels as you come down. Little fingers to the floor, head relaxes down. Keep the chin away from the chest. Keep squeezing the palms toward each other, thumbs crossed. Slide the little knife edge of the pinkies away from the body. Exhale, sink the hips down. You might keep the arms straight with the wrists in the air, or you might bend the elbows a little if that gets to some sticky spots between the shoulder blades or along the back. So find the shape that's going to be most appropriate here. Inhale into the back of the lungs. Exhale, sink the hips down. Letting all that freshly oxygenated blood come into the brain, bringing the head below the heart. Let's come out, knees together, hips with the heels, arms with the ears. Inhale up with that length from tailbone to fingertips. Exhale, float the arms down. Standing up on the knees for camel. We're going to take a little bit more attention to our camel today. We want that lovely hip distance between the knees and the feet. Hands on the hips, fingers to the floor and thumbs to the outside. Hips push forward, stack them on top of the knees. Inhale, lift the chest, feel the opening front side. We want the hips strong, the chest strong and lifted, but the belly fairly relaxed so that we can get that movement in the spine. If you struggle keeping the hips forward on the knees, sometimes tucking the toes under can help us keep them there. Inhale, lift the chest. An exercise that we can take is looking over the left shoulder to the left heel and tapping the left heel with the fingers. This helps show the body how we can start bringing the hands down to the feet. You bring the hands back to the hips, look forward. Hips forward, lift the chest. Turn, look over the right shoulder. Tap the right heel with the fingertips, then bring the hands to the low back, coming back to center. Hips push forward, lift the chest. Exhale, relax the head back. Lift the chin away from the chest. Feel the front side of the body stretching. Eyes open, looking back. Just take a few breaths here to slow everything down. Steady exhales. Now, if you're going further, hands might come down to the heels one by one. Fingers on the inside, thumbs outside. Grabbing the heels, pushing the hips forward and lifting the chest. If this is quite easy, you might bring the palms flat to the soles of the feet. Keep the chest lifted and the hips pushing forward. If this is quite easy, we want a little more, bring the hands to the backs of the knees with the thumbs outside. This way we're using the strength of the muscles in the spine, the torso, while we still have that support with the arms. Lift the chest to the ceiling, let the head soften, look back, find that stillness. And then to come out, hands on the low back. If they're not there already, roll up, bottom to top, and sit down on the heels. A camel can bring up all kinds of weird and wonderful things. We let it all go with the exhale breath. Letting everything calm down. Biggest heart opener of class. Rabbit. Holding on to the heels. Thumbs are on the outside of the heels. Fingers rest on the underneath of the heels. I can't grab here. I never have been able to grab strong while upright. Some of you might be. Don't worry if you can't. Have the hands there in position. Chin to chest. Keep it glued there. Pull the abdomen in towards the spine. As you exhale, curl up into a tight ball. Forehead toward the knees. Top of the head might lightly touch the floor. It's my preference to let it hover off the floor slightly so there's no pressure in the neck. If you can't grab the heels strongly now, place the hands on either side of the knees. Same engagement, same benefit. Exhale, pull, lift the hips. Let the weight roll into the arms. The thighs become perpendicular to the floor. Chin to chest. Look up at your belly as you round the back. Squeeze the arms into the legs. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, keep pulling that abdomen in and up towards the ceiling. Exhale, round the back. Keep pulling. Change, pull the hips back down to the feet as you uncurl the spine vertebra by vertebra. We'll just roll over to the hips one side. Forehead to knee. Right leg out to the right. Bend the left leg, create pressure with the left foot against the right inner thigh. Inhale, arms up over the head. Turn to the right, tuck the chin to the chest. Draw the abdomen in as you roll down, forehead to knee. Fingers interlaced at the ball of the foot. Again, thumbs might rest on the top of the foot so we're not tempted to pull with the neck or the shoulders. If forehead and knee aren't touching, bend the knee to meet the forehead. Inhale into the back of the lungs. Exhale, fold, bend the elbows down. Change, rolling up bottom to top. And tuck the chin. We'll switch the legs over, so left leg out, right leg comes in. Make that rough 90-degree angle with the legs. Chin to chest and curl down. Forehead to the left knee, fingers interlaced at the ball of the foot. Remember, if forehead and knee aren't touching, bend the knee up to meet the forehead. And just working on straightening that leg over time by sliding the heel away from the body. If the leg is straight, bending the elbows down. Rolling slightly into the midline so that the spine is rounding evenly over the left leg. So this might mean
Forehead to knee might mean left temple to left inner knee for others. Feel it out. Inhale into the back of the lungs, really round the back from the rib cage. Exhale, pull the abdomen in, forehead toward the knee. Let the inhale breath lift you back up. Legs out in front. We'll lie down on the back for a little sit up. Heels touch, flex the feet, chin to chest, shoulders off the floor. Reach the hands to the feet, inhale, arms to the ears. Exhale, roll up, grab the toes, fold in half. You want to grab the big toes with the peace fingers, so make two peace signs, grab the big toes. With the chest, legs might be together or a little gap between them. We can bend the knees to keep the spine long here. Working on straightening the legs. Once they're nice and straight and strong, exhale, chest forward. Fold the pelvis over the legs. Feel the length underneath the legs. All 10 toes flex back towards you. Exhale, maybe folding a little more. Inhale, length. Exhale, fold. You might keep a flat back if this is finding your sticky spots, lengthening the legs, the hips, the back line of the body. You might choose to round the spine, explore that sensation by letting the head relax to the knees. This might bring the sensation further up the spine for you, targeting a different part of the back line. So go to wherever the body's asking here. Smooth inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly coming back up. We're going to take a revolve twist, a little variation on our head to knee. Right leg comes out in front again, bend the left leg. We want to bring the right hand toward the left knee and the right elbow down towards the floor. Left arm comes up and over the body, reaching for the outside of the right foot. We feel an opening across the left side of the body as we turn and twist the chest up towards the ceiling. Feel that gentle twist. If this is comfortable, you might then use the right hand to grab the inside of the right foot. This might deepen the sensation for you. But if it takes you out, then we go back a previous step. Change. Right hand on the floor, left hand on the floor. Walk the hands back to the midline. Swap the legs over. Left leg out, right leg in. The right leg can be quite loose. It doesn't have to be pushing in strong, creating that tension. We'll bring the left hand towards the right knee. Left elbow down towards the floor. Right arm up and over, grabbing towards the outside of the left foot. If we can't grab, we just reach toward there. Now for me, one side is very different to the other. It's very normal. Inhale, open the chest towards the ceiling. Feel that lengthening, that opening along the right side body. If this is quite comfortable, maybe the left hand holds the inside of the left foot, increasing the sensation. It might take you a little deeper, but if it's not, then we go back. Keep the correct engagement, keep the alignment nice. Twist and twist. Change, left hand on the floor, right hand on the floor. Walk the hands back to the body. Taking a reclining twist, lying on the back. Hugging the knees into the chest. Might feel lovely rocking hips back and forth, side to side. Keep the right knee hugged in, left leg down. Left hand guides the right knee across to the left and down towards the floor. Doesn't have to go anywhere near the floor though. We want right shoulder to stay on the floor. Let the right arm come out to the right. Have some resistance on the right leg with the left hand. Exhale, twist. Feeling this in the abdomen. You might feel it in the rectus abdominis, the six-pack muscle. You might feel it a little more in the hip or somewhere else, as long as it's somewhere around here. For a little more, you might bend the left knee on the bottom and hold the left foot with the right hand. Again, this might take you in a little more depth, but if it's taking you out of the engagement, we go back to where we were.
Exhale, twist, twist. Change. Unravel the legs. Hug the knees in for our last side. Keep the left knee hugged in. Right leg extends back down. Right hand guides the left knee across to the right. Keep the left shoulder on the floor and left arm out to the side. Have that resistance on the left leg with the right hand. As you exhale, twist, twist. For that little more, you might bend the right knee underneath and hold the right foot with the left hand. Again, this might take you further in. This side could be very different to the other. The head might turn to the left to bring the length up the cervical spine, or just have the head wherever's comfy. Exhale, twist, twist. Change. Let go of the foot. Hugging the knees into the chest, taking any final movements the body might be asking for. Rocking side to side. Coming into final savasana, final rest. Letting the arms and the legs melt down to the floor. Feet fall open. Neck and shoulders soft. Head is supported here by the ground beneath you. These next few minutes are yours to go inward, to go within a little deeper. I invite you to close the eyes if they're still open. And let the breath be what it wants to be. Just keeping awareness with the rise and the fall of the breath. Maybe you notice the air as it enters and exits the body. That letting go of the exhale. Little switch to the uplift of the inhale. Notice that little pause in between the inhalation and the exhalation. And that space, that pause might expand as we settle in. Letting this peace wash over the body. Let it open your heart. Open your mind. Inhale, belly rises. Exhale, belly falls. This is your space. This is your practice. So feeling free to stay in Savasana as long as you need. If you've decided it's time Inviting the tiniest of movements, so small that no one would notice, into the toes and the fingertips. Feeling them from the inside out. You might increase these movements, making them more noticeable. Maybe moving into circles of the wrists, the ankles, and into whatever movement the body's asking. Maybe the arms come overhead as you stretch the legs in opposite directions, and the full body awaken. Taking a moment to soften down once more. Taking your time to turn to the side. Come up to a comfortable seated position, however that looks for you. Noticing where the legs and sit bones come into contact with the mat. The spine tall in the center. The hands to the heart space to seal off your practice. Seeing that light, that wisdom within yourself. I thank you very much for letting me guide you, but thanking yourself for filling up your cup so that you can look after your loved one. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Namaste.